Hey Internet, welcome back to the Iceland travelogue. Today I like to tell you a story about this rock. Well, I do not want to talk only about this rock, but I like to talk also about how this rock was created and where I found it. So yeah, let's start off right away from the beginning. So we left Vik, where we stayed the last night, and yeah, our final destination was in Núpar, so we had only to cover a short distance between these two villages, but we made a very long detour because we wanted to visit the Laki craters, and this was just amazing. So we left Vik, and after a short duration, we had to leave the paved road, and we have to enter a highway, not a highway, a highland road. Well, the main difference is that the highland roads are not paved, they are full of gravel, they have also several fordings, so you have to find your passage through deep water, well, not completely deep water, but through water. And this is pretty interesting when you have to drive with your car through water and you have to find a way through the fordings, and this is just amazing. And I had a lot of fun because I was also the driver, and so I was allowed to bounce around with my car through this gravel road, and this was just amazing. And well, it also requires a lot of attention, and on the other hand, you also need to have an all-wheel drive vehicle to be allowed to drive on these roads, because as I said, you have to go through fordings, and if you're not having the right vehicle, you can easily get stuck there. And yeah, before we arrived at the Laki craters, we had a short visit at the Fagri Foss. The Fagri Foss is one of the beautiful waterfalls along this road, and it is followed by a much more beautiful gorge. So after you have seen the beautiful water coming down this beautiful waterfall, you see this beautiful gorge, and you can see how this beautiful water from the beautiful waterfall is streaming along this gorge. And yeah, so I said a lot of times beautiful, because as you can see on the pictures, it is really beautiful. And then we continued our journey to the Laki craters, and well, we drove through a lot of old lava fields, and the lava fields are mostly created by the Laki craters, because the Laki craters are a series or a row of several craters going in a strict direct line, and this is pretty interesting. And well, the Laki craters are named after their mountain. The mountain is called Laki, but it's not a volcano. It was already created during the last, during the last ice age. And yeah, then on this national park, I found also a great visitor trail guide, or well, with short information. And let me just read a little bit for you. Around 230 years ago, here at Laki, fire fountains erupted with loud explosions. Glowing lava flowed all the way to the coast. Now there is silence, and nature colonizes the solidified lava. The eruption's influence reached far beyond Iceland's shores and even changed the history of mankind. This is pretty interesting, and here on these craters I found this rock. And yeah, these craters are just amazing, because when you climb up on Mount Laki, you can see all the craters in a row, and this is just amazing, especially because we had beautiful weather, and so it's pretty cool. And yeah, as I said, we climbed up to on top of Mount Laki, and we had a beautiful view. Then we, of course, had to climb down, because at some point we wanted to reach Núpar, and during our way down, I saw that I should be able to even to descend into the crater of one of these Laki craters, and so I made an additional detour to climb down into a crater. And this was pretty interesting, because there was not only this rock, well, I found this rock on the Mount Laki. No, there was also lava. Normally lava is, as you can see here, quite black. In this case, the lava was red, and yeah, not glowing red like on fire or being melted. No, no, it has a complete color of red, and this was also pretty interesting. And yeah, then after I returned from my short excursion to the crater, we continued our journey, or well, we started to drive back home from the Lucky craters, and as we arrived at the paved road, It was already pretty late in the evening, so we continued and we arrived at Núpar after this beautiful excursion. And yeah, if you're visiting Iceland, I just can recommend you to visit the Laki craters because they are so beautiful, as you hopefully have seen on the pictures. And yeah, in this case, I hope you are interested in seeing the next episode. In this case, until next time, see you! This rock!